It's time for a state title. We're only in round 3, but it's time for a state title, an 8-man ball. Toledo Christian back in position to play for a state title. They're undefeated. They're taking on St. Mary's Central Catholic, who they beat 28-0 a few weeks ago. So not a good thing for the Panthers. But we got another Erie and Toledo BCSN matchup, Justin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Yes, 28-0 in the regular season, but I was talking to Coach.
Spread's 28.5.
There you go. I was talking to Coach Andrew Skeels and one of his players earlier this week, and I said, how do you guard against that and not say, oh, we will have an easy time with that because we shut them out? And he said, well, it's the focusing on what we did not and what we were not successful in that game to cite the 28-0 victory. And they said at some points that SMCC converted a number of fourth down plays, and they didn't get the line of scrimmage battle won as well as they wanted to on TC side. So they are fully aware of what that they need to do because they've been there, done that. In 2022, TC was in this championship game and lost to Holgate. Last year, they avenged that loss and beat Holgate. Now they eliminated Holgate last week in the semifinals, and now they get Sandusky St. Mary's Central Catholic here. So Coach told me that they got to have the defensive line show up, and that's been an important aspect of their success this year on the defensive side of the ball. And for Coach Skeels, rely upon Tyler Grace, the quarterback. Rely upon Carter Kester. I mean, when he was playing against Holgate, I was there getting some highlights of that game on the sideline.
It was just the Carter Kester show.
He just is better than everybody else, quite frankly. You're there for one quarter, and you see an interception, you see a pick six from him, and then you see a quick out route along the sidelines, and then it's just a vapor trail to the side to the end zone, just beating anybody and everybody, even a safety who was over there helping out top. He just beat him straight down the line. So, good idea. Game plan. Give the ball to Carter Kester.
Yeah, find 12 and you get 6. There's your math for the day. Chalker, I went and watched St. Mary's game on the BCSN Plus app. Here you go. There's your promo.
Perfect.
They beat Chalker 41-6 last week. Quarterback Grant Swain for the Panthers. He's only 5'7", 125. But he was leaving everybody in the dust in that game. They had a defensive lineman, Gabe Birch, who was a wrecking ball. You talked about winning that line of scrimmage. Those two on both sides of the ball were a problem that Chalker did not have anything to account for. Mason, I'm going to give you 40 seconds for your rant because I know you're seething inside about 8-man football. Put OHSAA on blast. Go. I'll plug my ears.
I'm so annoyed that the OHSAA, I think, is failing to read the room in terms of 8-man football. They seem to really want 8-man to be a stopgap for schools to build up their numbers and get back to 11-man. I don't know if they're following the way the population is kind of changing in areas that need 8-man football. It's not coming back, and it's not getting better. Populations are dwindling in these areas. Small religious schools like Toledo Christian, Cardinal Stritch, Fremont St. Joe is going to start playing 8-man. Did they this year or next year?
They did.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it hasn't come already, it's going to. They need to encourage more schools to adopt 8-man so they can sanction it. Otherwise, it's going to be a very regional thing in Northern Ohio, and that's to the detriment of every other part of the state.
Buzzer goes off. Mason's done with a rant and a rave.